Hi faves, welcome to today's video. So we're going to be making a beaded handle. So there are two methods of making a bead handle. So I'm just going to show you the first method. As you can see, I picked up 4 beads and I'm fixing my 4 beads into my fishing line. I'm going to fix all 4, then cross my fishing line with the last one, like so. Make sure your fishing line is equal, then pull. So you should have something like this. Okay, I'm going to pick up 3 beads again, fix one on both ends of the fishing line, put one, like I'm going to use like left and right. I'm going to put one on the left, put one on the right, put the last one on the left again, and cross it with the other end of the fishing line. Just as you're seeing, make sure your fishing line is equal again, then pull. Okay, so we're going to do the third ring now. Picking up 3 beads again, I'm fixing 1 bead on one end of the fishing line, the left, 1 bead on the right end of the fishing line. I'll fix the third one on the left again and use the right end of the fishing line to cross it. So we're going to repeat the same step again until we get our desired length. We'll just keep picking up 3 beads and fixing it until we get our desired length. Okay, so you can make your handle as long or as short as you want. So I've gotten to the length I want. Now I'm just counting it. Okay, so I think I have like 16, so I'm going to make this 17th one. So I'm just going to pick up 3 beads and fix all 3 beads on the left fishing line, right? So it will enable me to turn to the other side, so I can start my second row. I fixed all 3 beads and I crossed to the third one. Now I have my fishing line up there, so I'm going to start my second row now by picking up 3 beads again, and I'm going to fix all 3 beads on the fishing line on my left again and cross to the third one. Okay, once that is done, now I'm going to pass my fishing line into the next bead. The fishing line that is down, I'm going to pass it into the next bead. That's the fishing line on my right hand. I'll pass it into the next bead and I'll pick up 2 beads and I'll insert it into the fishing line on my left. I'll fix the 2, then I'll cross with the second one, like that. I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to pass my fishing line into the next bead and I'll pick up 2 beads again and I'll fix it on the fishing line on my left. So the beads I'm using here are quite small, the holes are quite tiny, so I use a 0.6 mm fishing line for this bead. But for your handles, it depends on the beads you're using for your bag, so you can obviously use different beads and different sizes of fishing line for your handles. Okay, so I'm just repeating the same process again. I'm just passing my fishing line with the one on my right, fixing 2 beads into the one on my left, and then crossing it. So it's practically the same process. We're going to be making 3 rows of this bead. For this method, we're making 3 rows. So I'm just going to continue until I reach the end, and I'll show you how to turn so we can make our 3rd row. Okay, so we're at the last bead now, so I'm passing my fishing line into the last bead. This time I'm going to fix 2 beads on that same fishing line I used to pass, which is the one on the right. So I'm going to use the one on my left to cross it. That will enable us to turn so we can make our 3rd row. So I'm just going to flip my bead because I like to work from left to right. So to start our third row now, I'm just going to pick up 3 beads and fix it on the fishing line on my left. Okay, I'll pick up the fishing line on my right and cross it into the third bead. The holes in this bead are really small. So I'm repeating the same process that I did for the second row. I'm passing the fishing line into the next bead. I'll pick up 2 beads and cross it with the second bead. So it's practically the same process. I'm just going to let you watch and see. When we get to the last one, then I'll tell you what next to do. Okay, we're at the last bead now, so I'm going to pass it in, but this time I'm not going to use the one on the right like I did for the second row. I'm still going to continue by fixing the bead into the fishing line on my left, because this is our third and our final row. So what we want to do now is we want to start making our handle proper. So once I fix it into the one on my left like this, okay, now we're done with our 3 rows, right? What you want to do now is you want to fold it. So pick up one of the row and the other at each end, then bring them together like this. So once that is done now, you are going to pick up the fishing line, one of the fishing line, let's say the one on the right. So we're going to pick it up, then we're going to pass it into the 2 beads, like, yeah, those 2 beads that you can see just at the top there. There are 3 beads at the top. There's already, the fishing line is already passed into one. We're going to pass it into the remaining 2 beads. Now if your fishing line is exhausted at this point, all you need to do is just start with a new fishing line and insert it into those 3 beads at the top there. But since I have an excess, I'll just pass my fishing line into the 2 beads there. So I have my fishing line coming out from the 3 beads. I'm going to pick just 1 bead and I'm going to cross it into just that 1 bead. Okay, you should have something like this. Now we're going to pass our fishing line into the next 2 beads. Use the one on the right to pass into the bead on the right side, then use the one on the left to pass into the bead on the left side. Once that is done, you want to pick up 1 bead and cross both ends of the fishing line into that 1 bead. We'll repeat the same process again. We're going to pass our fishing line into the next 2 beads. This one, if you're trying to bring out your fishing line like the way I'm doing, and you're using your cutter, please, you have to be careful so you don't cut the fishing line, because that's happened to me severally. Like, I'm trying to pick out the fishing line from in between the beads and I end up cutting the fishing line. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and also subscribe to our channel. Thank you. So I've passed my fishing line into the next two beads, and I'm just going to pick up one bead and cross both ends of my fishing line into that one bead. So that's what I'm going to keep doing until I'm done with my handle. Once I'm done, I'll just pass my fishing line back into the handle in different ways, just so as to secure it. So as you can see, I'm passing it again into the next two beads. As you can see, our handle is coming along. It's going on. So we're just going to keep passing it into the next two bead and using one bead to cross. Please don't forget to click on the like button, give this video a thumbs up, and help us to subscribe. Help the algorithm to share this video to more people, and that will help us grow, and with that we can also create more content like this. So please help us to subscribe. Okay, thank you so much. My baby too is saying subscribe to mommy's channel. Tell them to subscribe to mommy's channel. Yes, thank you, baby. So please subscribe and like. Thank you. So we'll just do that until I'm done with the whole handle. So I'm going to start the second method now. So for this method, I'm using these black beads. So I'm just, as usual, I picked up 4 beads, then I'm fixing all 4 beads into the fishing line. Then I'm going to cross with the last bead. So I'm going to show you what the end result of the handle looks like once I'm done with this method. Okay. So we're going to pick up 3 beads now. We're going to pick up 3 beads, fix one into the one on the left, fix one into the fishing line on the right, then cross with the last one. We're going to make in 3 rings for this method, not 3 rows, just 3 rings. This is our second ring now. So we have 2 rings. Now we're going to make the third one. I picked up 3 beads. I'm fixing 1 bead on the one on the left, 1 bead on the one on the right, and I'm going to cross with the third one. Now we have our 3 rings, right? So what you want to do is you want to bring the 2 ends and bring them together. You want to fold them so you can bring them together like this. And once you're done, you're going to pick up 1 bead. Once you pick up, you insert into your fishing line. Then you're going to insert that fishing line into the other end of the bead, the rings you've made. So once you've passed it through the other end of the bead, so you should have something like this. As you can see, we have 3 beads up there. Now I'm going to pick up 1 more bead again. I'm going to cross it. Once that is done, you should have something like this. So you have 4 beads all round. So now to continue, you're going to pick up 3 beads and fix them into one end of the fishing line, the one on the left. I'm going to cross the other end of the fishing line into the last bead. Once that is done, we're going to pass our fishing line into the next bead. So we'll pick up 2 beads and fix it into the fishing line on our left. And you cross it with the second one. Pass our fishing line into the next bead again. Pick up 2 beads, put it into the fishing line on our left, then cross with the second one. Now we're going to pass our fishing line into 2 beads, the last bead and the one that is beside it. Now we're going to pick up just 1 bead. We're going to cross both ends of the fishing line into that 1 bead. So you should have something like this. You have 2 lines now, or 2 sets of rings. So you're just going to continue like this until you get your desired length. So for this method, we're not making like rows and joining it together. We're just doing it directly. So I'm going to pick up 3 beads again to make our third step. When the fishing line kept dangling. Okay, I'm going to pass into the next bead. Pick up 2 beads, insert it and cross it with the second one. Pass my fishing line into the next bead. Pick up 2 beads again. Insert it, cross with the second one. So for the last one, we're going to pass it into 2 beads, the last bead and the one beside it. So I'm just going to pick up 1 bead now to complete our third step. So we're going to keep repeating the same process until you get your desired length. So right now again, I'll just pick up 3 beads, fix it and cross it, pass into the next bead, pick up 2 beads, fix it, cross it, pass into the next bead, pick up 2 beads, do the same thing, then the last one, pass into 2 beads, pick and cross it into just 1 bead. we're going to be doing 3 2 2 1. Before you insert 3 beads, then insert 2 beads, insert 2 beads again, and insert the last bead. So it's 3 2 2 1. We're going to keep doing until we're done with our length. Any length you want to do, it's your choice. Okay, so I'm just going to continue until I get my desired length, and I'll come back and show you. Okay, so this is the first one we made. This is how it turned out. So it's going to be exactly the same thing once I'm done with the other one. So I'm going to show you how to fold it to make a circle handle. So to do that, you just want to pick up one bead with a fishing line, pick up one of the fishing line and pass one bead into it, then fold the handle like this. You're going to pass your fishing line into the bead that's directly opposite the other bead where the fishing line is already passed through. Our fishing line is already inserted into one bead. Then we'll pick another bead. So we're going to insert the fishing line into the opposite bead, the one that's directly opposite it. So you should have a fishing line coming out of 3 beads like this. Coming out of 3 beads exactly like this. Then now we're going to pick up one more bead and cross it to complete our ring of 4. So once you have that done, now you have your ring of 4 like this. Please pull tightly, okay? Then now we're going to pass our fishing line into the next 2 beads that is directly below it. The one on the fishing line will go into the bead. The fishing line on the right will go into the bead on the right. The fishing line on the left will go into the bead on the left. Then we're going to pick up one bead and cross it in. Once you have done that again, you're going to repeat the same thing and pass the fishing line into the next 2 beads that is directly below it. It might be a little confusing here because you might not really know which bead, but once you're making your handle, you know exactly which bead comes below it. Just be watchful, you'll know the bead that comes below it. So we're going to pick up one more bead and cross it in. So once you do that, you just want to pass your fishing line into the handle to secure it. Just arrange your handle, make it firm, pull tightly. So we have our circle handle. So I'm just going to pass my fishing line into the bead. Thank you so much for watching.